WWE's special event from Madison Square Garden is tomorrow night, and it's interesting that they'll do a Garden event, but not really because due to Brock Lesnar's contract, which we'll get to later, every match that is like a live event is pretty much broadcast on the network like it was in Japan. And we'll just go through that really quickly, but there's a bunch of matches that they have not promoted, but the Madison Square Garden, their website, has gracefully done that as well. And first off, your piss break of the evening, Randy Orton versus Sheamus. I don't care who wins that one, so we're going to skip that one. Fuck that match. This match right here will probably be the main event, possibly. If not, it'll be close enough. Big Show versus Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman. This has been going on for a very long time. Ironically, one of the first matches that I remember of these two was in the Garden. It's Survivor Series for the WWE Championship. And it was a very interesting match, which led to a match a year later where the ring broke, which now we know was not legit, which is unfortunate because that was probably one of the biggest moments back in the day. But, you know, kayfabe's dead, so who gives a fuck. But with this match, they've been actually building Big Show as an actual giant again, and that's what I love. I love the fact that they are actually doing something with him. The fact that he's a giant, and you should push him as such. Like the past few weeks they've been doing with Mark Henry, or any match in general. Last week Cesaro, and this week Mark Henry. You make him have short matches. It goes back to the Andre the Giant formula. You make him as a viable contender, a viable superstar, wrestler, whatever you want to call him. Excuse me, and make sure that he has a short time in the ring, but make it impactful. Make it that you have him in the ring, you want to see him. You make sure you want to see him and what he'll do. Then again, this is Big Show we're talking about, so I doubt this will last long after the Brock Lesnar match. And honestly, the last time these two faced off was at the Royal Rumble, and Brock destroyed him. So I honestly would not, I wouldn't expect anything less than the Brock Lesnar just to beat the ever-loving shit out of the Big Show. For the tag titles, the New Day face the Dudley Boys. Now, whoever, I would assume it's Kobe Kingston and Big E, but you never know. They might put Woods in there. A tag team match for the tag team championships. This doesn't look like to be a table match or anything of that kind. So I honestly believe, and this is only because they've been pushing New Day for the United States Championship, for the John Cena Open Challenge thing. The New Day will probably lose the belts in the Garden to the Dudleys, and then they'll keep going for the U.S. title. Unless you have a plan for them not to win the U.S. title, then they will retain. But I honestly am thinking Dudley's in this one. And a match for the Intercontinental Championship, Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. Now, Chris Jericho actually returned on the Night of Champions event, being the third man for the Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. I was going to say makeshift Shield, but they're not really that anymore. And speaking of that, we had a fan on there run out and become the third member of the Shield, and that obviously did not happen. He got ejected in the building. He was charged, and I know WWE had legal action on him. But Chris Jericho, last time we saw him was at Night of Champions, and he left Reigns and Ambrose after the match, which I didn't see anything as a heel turn or anything. It's just, frustration, and that happens. But everyone wants to believe it's a heel turn, and it's not going to happen, especially because he's facing Owens for the belt. But I do honestly think that Kevin Owens will win this match. Now, granted, Chris Jericho has held the Intercontinental Championship countless times. I wouldn't be surprised if one day he was a 16-time Intercontinental Champion. I doubt it'll ever happen, but I don't think that Owens will lose the belt this early. And it'll be a great win over a legend in Chris Jericho. And this match, you can probably call this a piss match too, but it wouldn't be if it wasn't for Summer Rae. I mean, this match would be a piss break if it wasn't for Summer Rae. Summer Rae and Lana have actually held this feud together, and with Lana out for injury, the only thing about this match is Summer Rae, which is the only thing watchable about this match. It's Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. I mean, putting it in the Garden is great, but we have seen this match countless times, and we have seen it with a disqualification, a count-out, a no contest, a double disqualification, God, I don't even remember the last time there was a clean win. Maybe at Night of Champions there was a clean win. And honestly, you need to have Rusev get his win back. I mean, if you're going to have this feud go for until Lana is ready to become back, or at least even since then, maybe have it end at WrestleMania. Who knows what they're going to do with this? But it's honestly that Rusev gets his win back. It's that simple. And finally, for the United States Championship, John Cena versus Seth Rollins. This is very simple. And of course, Rollins is the WWE champion. They've been going in a direction with Kane and Rollins, so the only way this match will make sense is if John Cena wins via Kane interference. Whether it's the Demon Kane or the COO Kane, it does not matter. Kane will interfere in this match, there's no doubt in my mind, and that will happen, and this Garden show will be interesting. I mean, I don't know if it's worth your $9.99, but it's something to watch for sure, and we'll just see what happens from there.